Welcome back. A court in Shandong province will hear the appeal of ousted Chongqing party boss Bo Xilai. He was jailed for life after being found guilty of bribery, embezzlement and abuse of power. But there is no word yet on when the Shandong Higher People's Court will hear the appeal. Bo's trial was held at the Jinan Intermediate People's Court in Shandong last month. The disgraced former high flyer was deprived of political rights for life, and his personal assets were confiscated.
Lawmakers today rejected the use of special LegCo powers to investigate conflict of interest allegations facing Secretary for Development Paul Chan. Evelina Leung has more.
The development chief once again came under fire from lawmakers over the land his family owned, which is included in the Northeast New Territories Development Project. During today's council meeting, Civic Party's Kwok Ka-ki tabled a motion to invoke special LegCo powers to set up an independent committee to look into the controversy.
Mr. Chan has explained a number of times, but the more he explained, the more mucky the matter is. The first time he said it was his wife and a family member of his wife. And then, when the media further revealed additional information about the matter, that it was the son. It was the son that was the family member of his wife. Any honest person will not use such a way to dodge the issue.
I support this motion because an opportunity should be given for Secretary to clarify himself, to vindicate himself.
Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam dismissed suggestions Chan would be able to influence the project.
I'd like to refute this because as the former Secretary for Development, I've also been involved in major land zoning planning. Any allegation or suggestion that the Secretary would be able to make use of his power to influence or give directions as to how things should be developed, well, that cannot be further from the truth with regard to the established mechanism.
She also said lawmakers shouldn't waste any more time discussing this controversy, as there are livelihood issues that have to be dealt with. While once again denying any wrongdoing, the Development Secretary offered an apology.
That I have all along disclosed interest and declared interest according to the system. In responding to members' questions, I've also told you the truth. As for my explanation, which caused public concern, I would like to apologize for that.
Evelina Leung, TVB News.
Outgoing Hospital Authority Chairman Anthony Wu says more medical professionals will be needed to help Hong Kong cope with its future demographic challenges. Vicky Kung reports.
With the end of his career as Hospital Authority Chairman in sight, Anthony Wu took a break today to reflect on his time there. Wu shared with journalists the ups and downs he experienced running the authority in charge of Hong Kong's public hospitals. He described his encounter with Jason Leung as one of the most touching and memorable experiences. He's the boy who was shot in the head during the Manila hostage crisis 3 years ago. Thanks to treatment from a team of Hong Kong doctors, Leung regained the ability to speak.
Jason has been making very good progress. He has grown up and putting on weight. And the last time I teased him, I said, "Oh, you have put on weight." And he said, "Oh, Mr. Wu, I'm not as fat as you."
With an aging population plus other demographic changes, Wu thinks the biggest challenge his successor John Leung will face is a shortage of doctors and nurses to meet Hong Kong's needs.
We need more medical professionals. Like, for example, we have 1,000 beds that we can open tomorrow, but we simply do not have enough medical professionals to manage.
Wu also thinks the private sector could help to alleviate the manpower problem. He also called for more long-term plans from the government to address Hong Kong's population challenges. The current chairman, Anthony Wu, will step down in December to be replaced by the newly named John Leung. Wu said he hopes to continue to serve underprivileged patients on the mainland in future. Vicky Kong, TVB News.
Insomnia and mood disorders are common problems among some people in highly stressed Hong Kong. As Kirti Nandwani reports, a holistic approach to stress can lead to a positive lifestyle change.
Tired of taking pills to overcome insomnia and moody days? Try a holistic approach. Body exercise. The Center on Behavioral Health at the University of Hong Kong has found that Chinese acupressure techniques and a sense of appreciation may help reduce patients' psychological dependence on medicine. After successful clinical and non-clinical research, the center has developed a body-mind-spirit intervention method to improve patients' quality of sleep and mental well-being.
Very exciting research where we try to use Eastern intervention methods of Qigong and mind-body intervention for patient empowerment. This research will also couple with physiological biomarkers and how the body change before and after learning of these Eastern techniques. Is probably the first systematic review in this area.
After 9 months into the research, Chan found the participants' saliva in the mouth had decreased, indicating less stress. Although medication can alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression, the health expert said adopting a wellness approach to stress doesn't cost a penny.
Meditation helps to reduce stress by teaching us to switch off our worries from the day because it quietens our mind and makes us more relaxed. Kirti Nandwani, TVB News.
All right, Chris, I'm all excited about this wushu action going on for Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, actually. Hong Kong's wushu squad grabbed more glory for the SAR at the East Asian Games today, including 2 gold medals. In the women's Taoshu and Gunshu all-around event, Geng Xiaolong was the overall winner, earning a 9.7 for her display. The other gold came in the men's team duelian. The Hong Kong trio beat their rivals from South Korea and Macau to win the East Asian crown. And in the women's team duelian, Hong Kong won silver. Boston Red Sox are through to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 5 years after beating the Tampa Bay Rays early today. But they'll have to wait to see if they next play the Detroit Tigers or the Oakland Athletics. Tony Sabine reports.
Having slipped up earlier this week, the Boston Red Sox were determined to avoid a repeat in Game 4 of their playoff series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Shane Victorino's infield single broke the deadlock in the 7th inning to set the Red Sox on their way.
Tying run. Here's the 2-2.
Koji Ihara made sure of the win for the Red Sox, grabbing the final 4 outs to help seal a 3-1 win on the night. They also won the series by the same margin. Tampa's manager admitted Boston deserved their victory.
They were really good. They didn't make any mistakes. You could see their grit. Like I talked about from spring training on, I think they've really promoted the character within that group, and they're just gamers. They've got a bunch of gamers over there.
In Detroit, Michigan.
Back in the American League Championship Series for the first time in 5 years, Boston will have to wait and see who they'll face in the opening match on Saturday. That's because the Detroit Tigers came from behind to beat the Oakland Athletics and force a deciding Game 5. Omar Infante ripped a 2-run double down the left field line in the 8th to open up an 8-4 advantage for the Tigers. The A's cut the deficit to 8-6, but Joaquin Benoit wrapped things up in the 9th to ensure the win. Tony Sabine, TVB News.
Football now, and some crucial World Cup qualifiers will be held in Europe in the coming days. One of those looking to book their place in Brazil are England, who face a potentially tricky game at home against Montenegro on Friday.
You know, as a team, they got a fantastic unit, you know, together. The fans were amazing, you know, on the ground, obviously over there with the way they were so closely in on the pitch and stuff. But they put us under a lot of pressure. You know, they've got some players that are starting to come out and play in the best divisions in the world.
1 year after the Taliban nearly killed Malala Yousafzai for demanding an education for girls in Pakistan, she has published a book and is now a contender for the Nobel Peace Prize. Hundreds of paperback copies of I Am Malala, the autobiography of the Pakistani schoolgirl, appeared in major bookshops in Pakistan today. Malala's book recounts how she was shot at close range by Taliban gunmen in October last year as she left her school in Pakistan's Swat Valley. Malala may still be in England, but her fight for education in Pakistan is a success. In the last 2 weeks, 26,000 boys and girls have enrolled in Swat Valley schools. Teachers at her former school say this is proof Malala remains a major inspiration. And that is a wrap of our news. Thanks for watching.
Good night.